So I'd like to talk to you about Chief of Staff. I'd like to talk about why it's important to have one, what the keys are to success when you hire and train a Chief of Staff, how to find one, and then mistakes to avoid in both hiring and onboarding. It's critical to hire a Chief of Staff, in my opinion, if you're running a company, because there are way more actions needed to get done than you yourself can do. In addition, if you bog yourself down in minutia or administrative tasks, your mind isn't freed up for creative thought. To me, the most leveraged hire that you can make is Chief of Staff. In fact, I think it's the first hire you should make. It's so critical. It's been so successful with all the CEOs that I coach that I now require it before I coach somebody. So what are the keys to successfully hiring and onboarding a Chief of Staff? First, their background. To me, a Chief of Staff must be highly organized, communicate incredibly well, and also have a good general business background, business knowledge. And to me, I find that's all well captured in a management consulting background. Someone who's worked for McKinsey, BCG, Bain. I have a bias towards Bain because they spend more time on financial statements. They understand profit and loss, balance sheet, and I find that that's helpful in my Chief of Staff. But frankly, all of those management consulting backgrounds are all equally good in selecting highly organized, great communicators who also then have good business knowledge because they're exposed to it. It's also nice to have 1 or 2 years in the tech world after having that management consulting background, so they become familiar with the common productivity tools of the tech world. And then, of course, is training. This is the actual key. If you give your Chief of Staff full access to the information that comes into you and the decisions that you make, literally wherever your eyes are, their eyes are as well. So they see all your emails, they sit in on all your meetings, and then they see the decisions you make. They can now start to make correlations between the information you receive and the decisions you make, and they can start to think like you. If you do it any other way, if you simply bring them on and ask them to do projects for you, they will not have full context, and in the end, they likely won't succeed. But if you give them that full 100% context, at least the Chief of Staffs that my CEOs have hired have had a 100% success rate. It's scary to give someone complete access to your emails, which really means your passwords, which really means access to your bank and brokerage accounts, which really means access to your entire net worth. But it's the only way to get them the knowledge they need to be fully effective. So you just have to take that leap of faith that they won't steal all of your money. And in my experience so far, and this is now over 20, 30, 40 Chief of Staffs, not one has stolen any money or done anything untoward. The next key is how to find a Chief of Staff. And there's 2 methods that I know of that work. One is hire a recruiter who specializes in Chief of Staffs. The best one that I know of is Phil Levine of Golden Gate Recruiters. And the second way is social media. And in the end, this role really is a fan role, meaning the person who's going to take this role to be your Chief of Staff is a fan of yours. There's already a place where there are lots of your fans, and that's on social media where they follow you. And the reason this person will need to be a fan of yours is because they're making a trade. They're making a trade that they get to see your life, and in exchange for seeing your life, they will do the tasks that you don't want to do, the mundane tasks, the non-creative tasks, the repetitive tasks. So who's going to make that trade? The person's going to make that trade is someone who really wants to see your life. And so, again, social media is a place to find those people. So what are the mistakes to avoid in hiring and onboarding a Chief of Staff? There are 2. One is that most senior candidates will be skeptical of taking on a Chief of Staff role because in most companies, it's an assistant role. In most companies, it's hire and then do special projects for me, but I never give you full access. But in my version, the person gets full access to all the information that you, the CEO, have, and that is the single best training ground for them to become a CEO. So you need to make this explicit when hiring and when recruiting so that they realize this, instead of this being a crap job, this is frankly the best job in the entire company. The second mistake to avoid is you being viewed frankly as an asshole if you allow your Chief of Staff to communicate to the outside world for you. Because then you'll be viewed as feeling like you're too self-important to be able to talk to the rest of the world. And that will be a huge turnoff to others. So the key is you still have to do all the communicating yourself with the outside world, especially when you tell people no or you make requests of people. Your chief of staff can draft emails for you, but you've got to hit the send button and you've got to know what the content of that email is when you send it. Your chief of staff can't intervene, intercept your emails, and respond instead of you. That's a huge no-no.